Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Satoshi Society channel. My name is AJ, and we are here with Ben, the preacher, as well. And today we're going to go through a few things. I know Ben's got a little bit of news to talk about, and we are going to take a little bit of a look at the charts later on as well. So, Ben, how are you doing other than that the voice break there?
I'm a bit scared to talk now. I thought I was all right. No, everything is good. It's a little bit slow in crypto. I mean, obviously, we have to talk about Solana. We have to talk about these bridging hacks that have been going on. But, we're kind of looking at, especially on the technical side, a little bit of a push to the upside. So we're seeing a bit of momentum, which is always good. I kind of expect, I guess I'm unsure. I don't expect too much momentum to the upside tomorrow. Maybe then a bit of a recovery on Friday because we do have big news coming out on Friday, as I've mentioned in previous videos. So, overview is that it's all looking okay. I just want to say hello to everybody, all of our regulars. It's very good to see you.
It is.
So, without further ado, let's jump in to some crypto hacks. Yay! And also, the reason why I wanted to bring this up on Bloomberg as opposed to any other site is because this is kind of like an external viewpoint. This is not a crypto degen writing this and saying, hey, everything's okay. Crypto takes a new hit as thousands of Solana wallets are hacked. So security firms scramble to assess the value of assets stolen. Solana token fell 7.3% to its lowest peak. Well, that's great, lowest price in a week. So obviously we all know about the bridge protocol. A Nomad was attacked at the start of the week. Not great. And now we're just going to top that nice little hacking up with a Solana ecosystem hack on Wednesday. So that was early this morning. Estimates of the damage vary. Just over $5.2 million in crypto assets have been stolen so far from more than 7,900 Solana wallets. If you have a Solana wallet, guys, go check that right now, because I guarantee you, that's the first thing I'd be doing anyway. So security company PeckShield said 4 Solana wallet addresses drained approximately $8 million from victims. That's very good to hear. Solana have basically come out, and this doesn't say it in here, but they came out and they said, "Oh, it wasn't us." There's no reason to think about us. And obviously, we can talk about Nomad as well. Is it me, AJ, or are we just seeing so many hacks during this bear market? Because the price is down, has everybody in the security game just gone to sleep and thought, oh, no one's going to steal because the price is down?
Probably, yeah. But I think, a lot of hackers are also, trying to get as much as they can at these low prices as well.
Yeah, I suppose. Everyone wants to accumulate. If some people go to work, as you guys know, I'm selling my body. So still open. Drop us an email. Love to see it. I will give you a kidney. I think that's as far as I'm willing to go. If someone will, I might give someone a heart, depending on how many Bitcoin. I think a fair price is probably 2. That's how much I would sell my heart.
Out for a cow heart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just come on to the next stream. I'm start mooing. But anyway, so the fallout continues for Nomad. Basically, 94% decline, not great. Reportedly, they ignored a security vulnerability prior to the attack, which obviously is never good. Nearly 200 million. See you later. That's gone. However, more than the hack, the methodology behind it garnered widespread attention. So the exploit took place due to a smart contract vulnerability that saw hundreds of users other than the hackers also get involved, taking away as much as they can by simply copying and pasting the transaction data used by the initial hacker and changing the wallet addresses to theirs. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? I mean, AJ, I know, I would never do it because I'm a very good, upstanding citizen, and nor would you. But I'm sure every one of, anyone who's not us would absolutely do that.
Yeah, yeah. If the opportunity was there, I think a lot of people would do it. And I'm not surprised that a lot of people have done it.
No, exactly. It is, and I think, they're probably like, oh, that's so bad. Why are you guys doing that? It's like, you shouldn't leave. It's like leaving a load of money just outside, on the pavement and being like, oh, please don't take my money.
Yeah,
Of course, people are going to take it.
yeah.
But anyway, so that's enough for crypto hacks. The world just keeps getting worse, guys. It's not
And
great.
this just sort of solidifies our point that we've been saying for a while. Storage wallets, they're the best ways to go. If you're not trading your crypto, then put it on a cold storage wallet, put it on something like a ledger, and hide that in your house, put that in a safe somewhere, and no one can get your crypto. That is your crypto. No one can touch that. No hackers can get that unless they get your ledger and they get your password for your ledger, or anything like that. But if you're the only person that knows that, then you're the only person that can access that crypto on that ledger. So it is yours. No one else can take it. So, and I've got a bit of Solana, and for me, it is on an exchange, but it's not a large amount at all. So, I'm not too bothered about it. But if I was to have a massive Solana portfolio, which I used to do before I got rid of it, when we were seeing this massive decrease in price, then all of that was on a ledger. And for me, it is the safest thing to do. Put it on a ledger, and you know that it's safe.
And I think we should just take a leaf out of our good old friend over at Celsius. Not your keys, not your crypto. Sorry,
Yeah,
boys.
exactly.
It's not yours. And I think it's only going to be a matter of time until enough people at these centralized exchanges start saying that.
Yeah,
It's obviously very bad for us, but it just reiterates the point. You need to get it off of an exchange.
yeah.
Number one priority. And just quickly, nice little bit of news for ApeCoin holders. Gucci are the first major brand to accept ApeCoin payments. I don't know exactly where this is going to go. I do think that we are going to see Bape at boardape.com. Here we go. I do think we are going to see these play a much larger role in the metaverse. When uses come and people can use their NFT, maybe they create an animated version of their NFT. And you can use that to walk around and stuff like this, probably looking something like this guy. If you could do this, or you can interact somehow, I think that the ApeCoin might have a lot more use case. But it's just a kind of a question of,
It's all hype at the moment, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is all hype. And I bought some ApeCoin, and I was like, oh, I'll ape into this. So I aped in, and it's down by a ridiculous amount. It's over 50% in the red.
Yeah.
So I'm not very happy about it, but I only put in, I don't know, it was a very small amount, so I don't care. But yeah, I that's why I think it's a bit of a shot in the dark. If NFTs kind of really take off, then obviously we're going to see a bit of upside, and I do think Bored Apes will be involved very heavily in the future of the metaverse, or wherever it is that we end up using these in. But just wanted to kind of share that to everybody there. I think what we'll do now is have a quick look at the old technicales.
Yes, the Bitcoin. So if I just pull my charts up here. So taking a look at the charts on Friday, on Monday, we weren't live on the weekend. Nothing was really happening on the weekend. But on Friday, I did tell you that we were getting this bearish divergence. And on Monday, I did show you what was happening. And I told you that the bearish divergence was playing out. That's exactly what we've seen. But as of today, we are seeing a little bit of pumpy action for Bitcoin. And the reason being, looking at the technical side of things, is because we have tested this support level here. So if you have a look at this top support level here, we have lots of support below it. But the main support level that we're looking at the moment is this top one here, because we are above it. Now, previously, it's been major resistance, literally to the dollar right here as well. But slight resistance there. We used it as support when we were above it. Unfortunately, we couldn't hold that support. We broke below it, tested it as resistance, got rejected from it. And then we did actually break back above it, used it as a candle wick, a support, and literally, a few hours ago, we did actually find perfect support along this level as well. And as of right now, we are seeing a nice little bounce off this level. Now, the reason why I do think we are seeing this little bit of price action towards the upside on the technical side of things is because if we do have a look at the shorter time frames, and we do pull up the stochastic RSI, we can see that the indicators were, let's go on to the 1 hour actually. We can see that the indicators were becoming very, very oversold. So if we pull up the stochastic as well, you can see that when we were down around $22,700, you can see that the indicators were in that oversold region. So they did need to reset. They did need to go back into that overextended region before we could see any more price action towards the downside. Now, we are in that overextended region on the 1 hour. So from here, what we could see is another push towards the downside. We could either see a big push to the downside, which means we break this support level here, or we could, find support along this level again, and then maybe see a nice rally towards the upside. But as of right now, I do think we're going to see a little pullback in the shorter time frame. If we have a look here on this 1 hour, we are coming into a pretty major resistance level. There we go. If I just draw this line in for you here, we are coming into this pretty major resistance level on this 1 hour chart. So if we have a look here, you can see previously it has been used as support. When we broke below it, we used it as major resistance. And right now we are using it as resistance. The indicators are indicating to me that we are going to get a rejection here. So we will see what happens. There is a possibility we could break above it, use it as support, and then continue the price action towards the upside. But for me, I do think we could see a rejection here, and we could come back down and test this support level just based off what the indicators are telling me right now. So that's sort of why we are seeing this price action towards the upside in the sort of shorter term. But ultimately, this bearish divergence is still in play. If we have a look at the stochastic RSI and the stochastic on the daily chart, we can see that they are still in that sort of overbought vicinity. So we could see the price pull back a little bit more, maybe down to this support level. And I did tell you in yesterday's video that this support level is going to be critical support, and is pretty much the decider on what happens with Bitcoin. If we break below it, we will also break below this bearish flag that you can see here. And previously, we've seen this bearish flag with a bearish divergence. Back then, it was a hidden bearish divergence, and we saw that big leg towards the downside. That is something that I do still have on my table, because I do think that, history does tend to repeat itself with Bitcoin. And if it repeats itself again, we could see the price back down at $12,000. But if we can hold this support, see a nice bounce off this level, then I do think that's going to be incredibly bullish for Bitcoin, because looking at this descending broadening wedge, very, very bullish pattern. You can see that we've still got that support level here, that blue support. That lines up perfectly with the support of the descending broadening wedge. And what we tend to see when we see a descending broadening wedge is a break to the upside, which we've seen here. And then we see a pullback back to the support, which was the previous resistance, the upper trending line here. And then we see a bounce off of that. And then we see that momentum towards the upside, that nice price action towards the upside. So that's what I'm hoping for. I am hoping that the price does pull back to sort of that $21,500 level approximately. I think that will be incredibly bullish. We can reset the indicators on the daily chart, and then we can get that nice bounce on this descending broadening wedge, the upper trend line here, and then we can see the price have that nice price action towards the upside, hopefully eventually reaching that target of around $40,000. So for me, I am just waiting to see what happens for Bitcoin if we can see that pullback. Another chart here I just want to bring to you, this rising wedge. It is bearish, but what I'm looking at is Bitcoin coming down and testing the support again. That sort of lines up with the support on the daily as well. This is on the 12-hour, and that will reset the stochastic RSI down here, and then potentially we could see that price action towards the upside, hopefully break into the upside of this. But I will be keeping you updated on all of these charts for Bitcoin. But yeah, for me, I do just think having that pullback, resetting the indicators is something that's going to be very bullish for Bitcoin in the mid to long term.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also because we have the jobs report coming out on Friday, typically the markets do kind of sell off on, towards the weekend. So the later on in the week, I think we might see this movement kind of continue to just play out, I guess. And like you said, there's not really much that, is going on. There's not really many catalytic type events. So I think at the moment we're probably going to see a little bit more downside, and then in the longer time frame, more move to the upside.
Yeah, we can go up or down. Great analysis. Yeah, it's hard to say what's going on at the moment because there's not really much movement at the moment. What I do anticipate is that we are going to get rejected from this level. We are going to come back down to this.
That's on the shorter time frame.
That's on the shorter, yeah. So that's on the 1 hour. That's what I think is going to happen in the shorter time frame. And I do think we're going to come down and test this support level here because we've got this bearish divergence and because the indicators are telling us that they are still in that overbought, overextended vicinity. So they need to sort of reset. And then resetting could bring us down to the support, hopefully getting a nice bounce. But again, there is a possibility we could break. So, all I am waiting for is a price to come down to here. And once we get down to here, we can wait to see whether we hold this level or we break this level. And then that is the decider that gives me confidence in where the price is going to go. If we come down and we break it, then I think we're going to go lower. But if we can hold it, then for me, I think that's incredibly bullish. And we can continue to see this nice price action towards the upside. So that's sort of all I've got for Bitcoin. Ethereum, nothing much happening with Ethereum at all. We've got this bearish divergence that I told you about on Friday. We are seeing that pullback, and that was also lining up perfectly with this white trend line here that you can see. This is major resistance, and you can see we got rejected, and that lined up perfectly with this bearish divergence. Previously it's been major support, and we can date this all the way back to 2021. July 2021, we used it as major support as well. And even, all the way back to March and February, we've used it as slight resistance before breaking above it, used it as support. And then broken below it again. We didn't really respect it there much at all, but when we broke above it, we used it as support, broke below it again, used it as a bit of resistance before breaking above it. And so it has been a very well-respected level, using it as support and resistance, and we are getting a rejection from it. So for Ethereum, I do think if Bitcoin can come back down to that blue support level, then I think Ethereum could come down to this $1,400 level, resetting those indicators, and that bearish divergence will continue to play out. That's sort of all I've got for you for Ethereum, apart from this rising wedge on the 8 hour. Now, this is actually a bearish pattern, and it is a pretty textbook pattern, if you would ask me. You can see, if I get the pen tool out, you can see lots of resistance along this resistance level here and lots of support along the support level. We are finding support as of right now on this support level. If we do pull up the indicators, see what's going on here, we can see that on the 12 hour, the indicators are in that oversold vicinity. So we could, see a nice bounce off of this support level here, maybe back up towards the resistance. But initially, this is a bearish pattern for Ethereum. So if we did break towards the downside, the first target, the first TP for the breakdown would be around just under $1,400, which perfectly lines up with that red support that you can see here. So if we did break to the downside there, I would anticipate the price to come back down and test this support. And then the next support, the next TP would be sort of the $1,000 level, if we were to come back down. So those would be, the two targets if we did break the support. So I'll just draw them in for you here. If we were to break that support. So the first TP there and the second TP would be there only if we were to break to the downside here. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum right now. Nothing much to sort of act on as of right now. Just waiting to see if the support can be held, or are we going to break this support?
And there we go, guys. I believe that's everything we have for today. Tomorrow, like we said, we'll be back. We'll give you kind of a full update as to the preparation that we're going to see. So I think today we'll probably see a little bit of movement from the US stock market and see what the investors are doing over there. And then Thursday is obviously, there's going to be a lot of prep or a lot of, I guess, patience, not much volatility. Kind of waiting for that Friday, the news. We'll be going live while the job report comes out and see if there is any actual reaction in the price of Bitcoin. But until then, stay safe. Always use protection. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.